Hello, everyone. Welcome to the pre-show of the Code X podcast. As usual, I'm your host, Sonny Kruger, and today I have with me my co-host, Mighty Mike. Mike, this is the first time it is just you and I.
That is it. That is us. We can do this. We can do this.
And
Do this thing.
what better comic book for us to review than I'm an X-Men guy, you're a Teen Titans guy. So today we are reviewing the crossover between the X-Men and Teen Titans.
Yeah, I am looking forward to it. Have my copy right here.
Nice. And you could open up. Yours looks nicer when it's open up all the way, and you can see that it's full.
Open up and see the beautiful four-color, multicolored art. It's got the wraparound cover on it.
Let's see that wrap. Now we can see the wraparound.
Wraparound cover with big old Darkseid's
Open
head on it.
All up.
Yep.
Let's see if we open the cover up so I can see both sides.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go.
Awesome.
Nice.
See, and then my one. Although I like the gold wraparound, it does this. Xavier is cut in half.
Yes.
Well, at least it's the same story. We still get to read. So
yeah. Hey, Richard, how you doing, man?
Let's see. Hey, Richard, and
Sal.
Sal, and Richard. I completely agree with you when you say hashtag justice for Sonny's beard.
Justice for
That is
Sonny's
right.
beard.
That is right.
Beast is a defender. He is not an X-Men.
Hey, Sal says, yeah, Beast is an X-Man. He didn't even pick the dash.
Yeah, he is X-Man.
Yes, today I'm looking forward to a good episode. Since we do have news about crossovers that are going to happen between Marvel and DC next month. The Deadpool and Batman crossover comes out, so that's why we said, hey, you know what? I said, guys, let's start doing some reviews of some of those crossovers. So that's why we're doing X-Men and Teen Titans. I've got a very, excuse me, I almost burped there live, but I got a very interesting F-lister. Just make sure that your dishes are clean, or maybe not. Maybe this person can help you wash the dishes.
That would be nice. I have some dishes upstairs right now.
There you go. This guy could help you out. And we will be having Variant Insanity, and Richard is already coming in with 23 covers for TMNT.
Wow.
Yeah, so I got that info, and of course, to be right or wrong. And Uncle Gary, my prayers are with you and your family, and we look forward to having you back on the podcast in a couple weeks. So we hope all is well with you. Today, me and Mike, we're going to try to do a good job of putting on a good, entertaining episode for everyone. And then right now, we're coming up with those right or wrong questions.
Yep.
Richard says, True Codex is an awesome YouTube channel.
Yes, it is.
Sal took the words right out of my mouth and said, I agree, Richard.
I agree.
Yeah. And I'm going to write one right now. So, Mike, you were talking about earlier how you were reading, the Predator comic book, but I was going to ask if you wanted to tell some people about some other upcoming comic books that are going to be released at the store soon. Right after Sal comes in with the Variant Insanity, he says, Thundercats, 25,866 covers.
Oh.
Sal, don't give away the answers this fast. We're still in the pre-show.
Yeah, really.
Mike, anything coming out this week?
Yeah, there's the first issue of the standalone Black Cat series, which just came out today. Really cool. We continue the Crypto series, Krypton, the dog, which is gaining a lot of traction.
You big.
Make me big. Crypto. It's a pretty cool cover. Yeah.
Different.
Then a brand new Justice League book, Justice League Red. So that's out this week. The Justice League's Black Ops team. I didn't get the cover, but it was a really cool Deadman cover as well. Let's see what else came out this week. since we did the Teen Titans. We have a new Titans book this week.
Nice. Survival of the Strangest. I'll be okay then. I'll be okay.
This could be our story. Let's see. We got brand new.
He's got the cool. Oh yeah, he says, "Yeah, I got the cool foil cover of Black."
Oh, nice! I saw that. I could not get that. There's a new one shot, Marvel All in One: The Thing versus the Marvel Universe. Everybody seems to be versing the Marvel Universe or the DC.
Yeah, everybody fighting them lately. Godzilla, Predator, and other things fighting everyone.
Yep. Now we had a second issue of Godzilla versus the Marvel Universe. So we've got
Godzilla. Everybody going against Marvel.
Everybody's going against the Marvel Universe. Let's see. On the independent side, new Rick Remender book called Escape just came out. Kind of I'm not sure how to describe this book. It's kind of a war book, but instead of people, it's sentient animals. So really neat. If you've not read Exquisite Corpses, this is a really cool book. This is issue 4 out. I can't. It's about a bunch of assassins who get together and fight for control of the universe every year. It's really quite neat. Hey, Boosh. Richard versus the Marvel Universe.
Yeah, because there's Bruce and greetings and salutations, but before that, Richard comes in with Richard versus the Marvel Universe.
My money's on Richard.
Yeah. Hey, yeah. Richard, you came in on hashtag Team Sunny for my when that was the whole, but at 100 Men versus the Bear. So I'll be on your team versus the Marvel Universe, even though I love it.
I picked up graphic collected edition of Pop Kills. It's about two competing dominant cola companies, each worth billions, who are owned by former Siamese twins. And now they go to war against each other to see who's the ultimate Coke and Pepsi war.
A story that could turn out to be really interesting. Like it could get bloody, it could get nasty. Yeah. Have you read it yet or not yet?
No, not yet. The trade just came out, so I'm looking forward to reading that. Don't know if anybody's a big fan of the Ghost Machine books, Hyde Street, the horror anthology book.
I know Uncle Gary loves those.
Gary loves it. Yeah. New issue just came out today, so it's man, it was a stacked shelf this week.
Nice.
New Batman, new Nightwing, new Detective Comics.
Cool stuff.
Yeah. Take all my money.
Nice. Speaking of taking money, it's mail call. I got some comic books over the week.
Sweet.
You may recognize some of these. Well, first, this one's for Jamie. Well, now I'm not giving it to him, but just like in honor of him, I bought it. And it is Exo Man of War yearbook.
Oh, nice.
He absolutely hates Exo Man of War. So I always think of him with Exo Man of War. And then I want to start off the X-Men Age of Revelation series. So I was looking for it. And multiple comic shops were out of it. So I'm like, screw it. I'm just going to have to buy it online. So I did get X-Men Age of Revelation, issue number 0.
Oh, nice.
I haven't read it yet, but yeah, I'm excited to get started on it. And then this one, you and Uncle Gary, I don't know Uncle Gary picked it up, but you guys had read it before, and we reviewed it. I had to get Pride and Joy.
Oh, nice. Nice.
That is right.
Really good. Very cool. All 4 issues. Nice.
That is right. And a decent price, too. So.
Oh, cool.
There you go. That was my mail call that I was very happy to get. Yeah, so I look forward to checking out the story again, but in actual comic book form.
I love when I get comics in the mail.
As a mail call, it is a good feeling.
Yeah. Versus the normal bills I always get.
Yeah, to those. But even next week, I have a comic coming in the mail. The Silver Surfer Epic Collection.
Oh, very nice. Very
Yes,
nice.
I'm really looking forward to that. Silver Surfer is one of my favorite characters, so
Nice.
I'm looking
There's
forward to it.
there's a great Surfer versus Dracula story from like
Nice.
the late 70s, I think it is. It's just a one shot from the Tomb of Dracula, and it's really, really neat. You'd enjoy it.
Hey, maybe in October, in 2 months, maybe we'll have to review that because
Yeah,
that sounds like something I definitely love to check out.
definitely.
And before we jump onto the actual show, as we were, we mentioned it was mentioned in the chat that my beard, justice for Sonny's beard. But you know what? I'd stay positive because guess what? We have a lot to celebrate at the Code X station because at the CBC Awards that were this past Friday, a lot of us we were nominated for things. However, now they cut it down to the top 5 in each category. And the Code X station is 5 times top 5 finalists thus far.
Yeah. And our own Sal is a finalist too.
Yes, Sal the Slab Guy from the Code X station for most engaging host. Also,
he's very engaging.
Yeah, that old slab guy. And hey, he's constantly doing editing for us too. But they get no editing awards. Editors, we don't ever get enough credit. Best entertaining content for major channels, the Code X station up there. Best live stream for major channels, Comics Unleashed for the Code X station. And for best informative content, the Code X station. And finally, best live stream, Comics Unleashed, the Code X station.
Woohoo!
So there we go. Thank you, everybody, for the votes. And now voting is in. So now it comes down to when it comes to the top 5 finalists, you put in your votes, and hopefully you vote for us.
Vote early, vote often.
Yes. Well, I think you can only get one vote in and then it stops you, unless you have multiple email accounts.
Yeah, well, I just happen to have multiple email accounts.
You don't need to know that.
They don't.
And Richard says, Sal the Sab Guy, I know that guy. And you know what, Richard? Congrats to you as well. I see you are a top 5 finalist.
Yes. That was very cool.
Yeah. So it was interesting watching that on Friday, and rooting and seeing us. And the first time I saw, it was another award that we didn't get. So I kind of forgot what technically was the category. But I suddenly look and I see Jamie and I see Dan and I see Sal and I see Uncle Gary. And I'm like, oh. And then it was for Mon Comics. It made a top 5 finalist. And the video they had showed was when members of our Codex station had appeared on there. So I first
saw
it.
Very cool.
Then I said, oh, it's good for Mon, but come on, Codex. Yeah. And then seeing Codex get it was a great feeling.
Yeah. And then I saw that Near Mint also was in one of the categories.
Yeah, Near Mint is me. So congrats. Yeah, quite a few people, I should say congrats to everyone who we've known, because quite a few people I saw that we have collaborated with and we've interviewed, that Codex members have guests on their shows as well. So that was great seeing.
Yeah.
Seeing other people that we know. Hey, I remember so and so. I remember him. So, good. So that could be good. Yeah, they got till October. I'm trying to remember what exact days. So just getting those votes soon.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Tell your friends and family, vote.
Yes, make them grab their phone and make them vote.
Make them vote. Say, here, take the phone, make them vote.
Yeah. Even if you gotta grab it, even if you say put in your password, take their phone, make them show their face, and then put in vote.
Yep. Vote.
But thank you again, everyone. It's an honor for us to make it to the top 5 finalists now. So all good times. And next year, this show, Mighty Mike, I want them to see our faces. Yeah. Yes. Both times when they mentioned the Codex station, they showed Unleashed, which always glad to see my guys. But I say, hey, no time did they show us too.
This is true.
Someone was playing a mean joke, but hey, Codex station is our win.
Yes.
Codex station, Codex Unleashed, even Sal the Slab Guy, you are still Codex station, so everything is a victory for Codex station. So that's good. And now we shall move on to the actual show. We've got quite a bit of comic book news, so I will just get us started with those beginnings right freaking now. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the official show of the Code X podcast. Like I said in the pre-show, I am your host, as usual, Sonny Kruger, and today's co-host of mine is Mighty Mike Harbor.
Hey, everyone. Good to see you.
Good to see you all. And as we were talking about in the pre-show, we had a fun one. I had a mail call. Mike was showing you some comic books that came out this week. We were talking about how the Code X station is up for top 5 finalists in the CBC Awards, such as Sal the Slab Guy, the Code X Station, and Comics Unleashed.
Woohoo!
So make sure to get those votes in at the CBC Awards. And as we said also in the very beginning, today we will be reviewing Marvel and DC present the Uncanny X-Men and the new Teen Titans.
Hello, Mr. Keith.
And look at that. Mr. Keith jumps in right as my earpiece falls out.
Uh-oh.
Hello to you as well. And now, like I said, we'll get into the usual schedule. There'll be random panel of the week. We'll be having an F-lister who has a thing for cleaning dishes, for washing the dishes. We'll be having some Virulent Insanity. And I'll be the man with the right or wrong. Even Mike helped me out with one of those statements for the day. We've got a lot of news, so we'll start us off with the rundown. So what's going on is there is a new crossover that's about to happen, and that crossover is between Nightwing and Wolverine. That is the X-23, Laura Kinney Wolverine, and some more stuff. One day before that comes out, there's a video game that's going to come out, and it is a Deadpool VR video game. So you got to have that.
Oh, really?
Metro Quest? Yeah, so you get to be Deadpool, you're fighting Mojo and Omega Red, and quite a few of the other characters. So
that's cool.
To be a Deadpool. That is all in November.
I've not tried that virtual reality headset. Have you tried one of those?
I have one. The one before was what it's called now. I had one. It was the PS4, and it was still a virtual headset, and it's pretty cool. Yeah, just if you put it on, it's completely black.
Oh, wow.
And one of those. There was a time we had an episode that had to be missed. Jamie's computer broke down. It was going to be our only third episode of the podcast. And I said, okay, let me make a quick video. Let me pitch something. I grabbed a hatchet. I grabbed a shirt that has an American eagle with a mullet. And then I needed to do something for a look. And I put on that old headset. And I did this promo video for us. And Jamie's like, you look like the Maker.
Nice.
Yeah. So I think it's the best use I got out of it. I've had some fun playing, but I think that was the best use of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, other news going on. We had some sad news, and that is that the legendary actor of Terence Stamp had passed away. Most known for playing General Zod. He passed away at the age of 87 this past Sunday on August 17th.
Kneel before Zod.
That is right. Kneel before Zod. May Terence rest in peace. He was obviously an actor. He'd been acting in quite a few things, and then he was also a writer as well. So may Terence rest in peace. And then there is some good news going on. If you're a Spider-Man fan, you've got a lot coming your way. There was a Spider-Punk movie mentioned not too long ago, and now guess what? More movies are in development from Spider-Man, and it is that the Sony universe they're going to make some more animated films. And the animated films that are in development, in early development, are Spider-Woman, an animated film of Spider-Woman, and an animated film of Venom.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so those are
Is the Spider-Punk movie, is that an animated movie? or is that live action?
They're both animated. And yes, Mr. Keith is right. And said, yeah, he played Jor-El's voice on Smallville. Yes.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yes, good call. Good call. How could I forget that? As I've only watched every episode of Smallville and have them on DVD. How can I forget that one? Yeah, so there we go. General Zod one day, and Jor-El
The next day.
yeah. Or a couple decades later.
A couple decades.
Yeah, but hey, the way time flies, we'll think it's tomorrow, and suddenly we will be in 2020, or we'll be in 2045. But some other news going on. I said some other good news, some other good stuff that's going to come out. There's going to be a series with Batman, Green Arrow, and The Question. It's a 4-issue series from the Black Label.
Oh,
it will be written and drawn by Gabriel Hardman.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, that is set to come out November 26th. We'll issue 1 in November 26th, and then it'll be a little bit while before, the next issue, and that next summer should be the paperback should come out with all 4 issues.
Anything with Green Arrow and Batman, they always seem to have that dynamic tension when they're in the same book.
Yeah, and I think with The Question is a good addition to it. Obviously, Batman, the greatest detective, as they say, and hey, The Question give him quite a run for his money when it comes to that. So I think that's an interesting story.
Yeah,
especially Black Label. Yeah, it could be a lot more darker.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then in a lighter, that's some dark stuff, but some lighter stuff. If you're a Toy Story fan, it's gonna be 30 years of Toy Story.
30 years? Holy crap!
Yeah, so 30 years ago, a 5-year-old Sonny Kruger saw Toy Story in theaters
and destroyed his first action figure.
No. Saw Sid, and I said, "What a loser!"
Oh,
breaking his toys like that. I would never do such a thing. And to this day, I've still never done such a thing. Although there was one time I went to burn just to make a mark on Chip Hazard, and accidentally he got a little bit more burned than I thought. He says, is Renee Montoya still The Question?
I still believe so.
Okay. And for this story, I'm not too sure which question it will be. They have not mentioned. And then, because I said this is obviously an Elseworld story. It's just it's Black Label and a 4-issue mini. And then, so the Toy Story, how Marvel is celebrating with Toy Story, 30 years of it, it's going to be releasing variant covers. There you go. Get ready for those variants. What's some of your favorite Toy Story characters?
Variant Insanity.
I get at least one.
Yeah.
Yes, as someone who likes Toy Story and grew up with it, I don't have at least one. Add at least one to the collection. And then when it comes to live action stuff, there's a show called Vision Quest. No, not the one not the movie with Matthew Modine.
Oh, I love that movie.
Oh, man. Great soundtrack. One of the best soundtracks.
Yes, it is.
At least with Matt Wrestling. Yeah. But Vision Quest, the show, with Vision and Wanda, the Scarlet Witch, there was the casting. And it's Orla Brady is going to be in there, and she's going to play Friday. So, yeah, it's like F.R. Yeah. So,
okay.
I was like, okay, wait. I'm not too familiar because you may have seen me. I have the video online when I play a character called Friday with a green wig. And then I was like, I don't think anybody's called this. And then, like a week or two later after I do that, I see this article that Orla Brady's going to play a character called Friday.
Wow.
Yeah. Orla Brady, she was in one of the Star Trek shows, the Picard show. So, yeah. And see, first of all, Mr. Keith says, it is finally time for the 3-part origin story of Sid and his broken toys. Hey, maybe we'll get that in a comic book form.
Yeah.
And then Boosh says, I want to see the gory Sonny Kruger version of Toy Story. Mine would be a version of Peace.
Toy Gory.
Boosh says, Toy Gory. Maybe a comic. Maybe I'd write one. If I was paid enough money, it's okay. I could write this story.
Hey, Sonny, you're the actor. You can do it.
You're all right, though. I could play the role. I got to get in the role.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, I really have to dig deep. It really have to be crazy. Like, oh man, I'm gonna play somebody so different from myself who breaks toys, but I could pull.
Someone so demented, so
unlike me.
So unlike you.
Yeah. But then there's more stuff going on still with the comic book, with the rundown. And there's a 5-issue series going to come out, and that is called 1776. There's with a Marvel star-studded show or star-studded series. You can have Captain America, Spider-Man, Cyclops, the Hulk, Invisible Woman, Iron Man. They all come back to Revolutionary War 1776. And it will be written by John Michael Straczynski, and the artists will be Ron Lim and Sean Damian Hill. And that one is set to come out. Issue number 1 is set to come out November 12th.
Wow. Cool. Sounds interesting. Something new, something original, which is all we want, original stories.
Yeah, could be, like I said, interesting. I wonder how it is. I'll see with you guys. You guys tend to get more comics than me, so we'll see how it is. Some interesting covers for those, I'm interested to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so George Washington in the Iron Man suit, maybe.
Oh, there we go.
So there's that coming out. And then when it comes to the earlier stuff, the crossover, let's get into that crossover with Nightwing and Wolverine, the Laura Kinney Wolverine. So when it comes to the Batman Deadpool crossover, Marvel's one comes out in September 17th. And then in November, the DC version, the DC's one comes out. That comes out November 19th. And then that's the one that's going to have the backup story that has the crossover with Nightwing and Laura Kinney.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that should be
an interesting. That's an interesting team up. I wouldn't have picked that personally.
Yeah, I was pretty surprised when I saw it. Yeah, and it was Tom Taylor who posted about it. Yeah, it's Tom Taylor posted. So
yeah, I think Nightwing Daredevil would have been a good crossover.
Yeah, like they're both pretty alike.
Yeah.
Let's see what I think. Deadman in Morbius could be pretty interesting.
There we go. Yeah.
A lot of stuff.
Yeah. There's a lot of potential there.
And Boo says Nightwing should cross over with Daredevil, Moon Knight, or Punisher.
He has lots of Punisher. Yes.
Yeah.
There's a Batman Punisher crossover.
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting.
I think Punisher Peacemaker could be pretty.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. Obviously both really tough. They're both really sharp shooters, you can call them, but I think Peacemaker's he's kind of like a douchebag in the way he is, and I think if you get Punisher so mad, I think it would make it very interesting.
Yeah. Again, I'd say if they were really think they would have had a Deadpool, Deathstroke, the Terminator crossover. Basically the same character.
They should. It's very interesting you say that. Later in the show, we'll remember that you said that.
Yes.
And Boo says Deadman and Ghost Rider would be cool. Yeah, that'd be great. Mr. Keith says, I love the team up of Nightwing and Laura because it's so different. The fun part will be when they start dating with Logan as her father.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, because I think in our Codex chat, some were already saying, Nightwing's gonna get with her, and
we'll
see. Yeah, so it could be interesting. Yeah, I'm interested to see all of these crossovers, how they turn out.
Yeah,
if they're good, which ones are gonna surprise us? We're gonna say, wow, that was better than I thought, or
Yeah,
I'm rooting for them.
Me too.
Why would I want them to be bad? We don't get these kind of events very often.
Nope.
So.
Deadman Ghost Rider. That would be cool.
Yeah. Deadpool and Deathstroke. Yeah, would be awesome. So anything else with the news that you would like to go over again or get more into?
No, I think pretty much hit it all. I think the crossovers are going to be, we're reading a fantastic one. It's, I think, excited for them.
Yeah, that is. And so, like I said, that crossover with Nightwing and Laura Kinney is to take place November 19th. And then, like I said, the day before that is when the Deadpool VR comes out. But, normally we go to a bit of variant insanity. But today, I think it's time we jump to the random panel of the week sooner. What were you saying about who would be a good crossover with Deadpool?
That would be Deathstroke.
It's very interesting you say that because here's our random panel of the week. Deadpool says to Sabretooth, I don't have time to sit next to some Wolverine ripoff and drink cheap beer in a chuckle hut. I got a job to do. And Sabretooth replies, Wolverine ripoff? Tell Slade I said hi. So there you go. Yeah, when you said that. Yeah.
That's
I'm like, yeah. With all the Deadpool and even to Deathstroke being in the story, I was like, this is the perfect episode to use this panel. So there you go. When you said it, I thought, you know what? I could put it on a little bit earlier today.
That's a good one.
Yeah. So Deadpool calling Wolverine, or Deadpool calling Sabretooth a Wolverine ripoff, and Sabretooth replying, tell Slade I said hi.
Tell Slade I said hi.
Sabretooth breaking the fourth wall.
Whoa, look out.
Yeah. One might say that is insane.
One might say.
All right. Time to cool the dancing and get to guessing. Since we didn't have an episode last week, I should say, yeah. Me and Dan were unavailable, but it was good. Sometimes the summer gets very busy, but we each had family stuff going on, so it was all good between the two of us. Just we were not able to do an episode. Me and Dan will be reviewing Sax and Violins next week. And, so today, Sal last week did provide me with the info to what was the winner of the Variant Insanity. Last week it was Space Ghost Volume 2, number 1, and that had 27 covers.
Wow.
So would anyone like to take a guess as to which had the most covers this week?
I'm going to say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with 25.
Okay, let me scroll up because Richard also went with TMNT, but he had 23.
3.
Sal, let's go earlier. Sal had a number. Okay, Sal had gone with Thundercats, 25,866 covers.
Closest without going over.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Mr. Keith, this was about earlier. He had said, yeah, I love the team up. Oh, no, that was, yeah. Okay, so there you go. This was the one that he had. It was that the next Crisis on Infinite Anything needs to be all the cartoons fighting over their counterpart for copyright supremacy.
Oh, nice.
Very interesting, yeah. And Bruce says, Mr. Keith, I had a similar thought for a different reason, so that's a genius idea. But Mr. Keith guesses TMNT, but with 24, so quite if you're going with TMNT. Bruce is going with Thundercats with 25. And the comic book this week that has the most covers is Black Cat.
Black Cat.
Volume 3, number 1.
Nice.
And so everyone was coming in with the numbers as well. So I will tell you that you were all wrong. You all went a little over. Black Cat had 18 covers this week.
Wow. 18 covers.
Yeah. It's always surprising when it's like it's not Dynamite that wins.
Yeah.
Because we're always expecting TMNT or Thundercats. Well, Black Cat, she's the winner this week. I'm sure as we can see with this cover, I'm sure there's plenty of other interesting covers out there.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to check. We're gonna have to do some research and check them out. Yeah. So that takes care of Variant Insanity for this week. And now we do get on to our right or wrong. Okay. So right or wrong. My first statement is we want a crossover between the Suicide Squad and the Thunderbolts.
Yes. Yes. That would be awesome.
And I say right. Well, yeah, I made it yes. So I say right.
Yeah.
I think that could be a really fun crossover. they can, some might get along, but we want to see the fights. I think
Peacemaker and Red Guardian going at each other,
Yeah. So there could be some great stuff going on there.
Yeah, that'd be good. Harley Quinn and Black Canary or White Canary or whatever she is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So interesting stuff that I would like to see.
That would be cool.
All right. And Booze says right as well. All right, number 2. This one is from Mike. This is not from me. Mighty Mike says Teen Titans are greater than the X-Men.
Yes.
I say wrong. I really like Teen Titans, but you can tell. You know my
Yep.
You know I'm an X-Men guy. So there's that one. And then now we go with number 3. Number 3 is, like I said, I may not pick Teen Titans over X-Men. However, I'm still a fan. So number 3, we want a Teen Titans live action movie.
Yes.
I say right. A lot of great stuff that could happen with that. Yeah. Okay. And when it came to number 1, Mr. Keith also said right, but he had said number 2 was wrong. But Boosh had said number 2 was right.
Boosh said right.
So I said right now with number 3 was we want Teen Titans live action movie. We both said right. And now for number 4, this goes for everybody. This goes for you, for me, for everybody watching. You need to watch Comic Character of the Week tomorrow.
Ooh. Who is our Comic Character of the Week?
Doc Ock.
Oh, that'll be a good one. I'll have to watch it.
Yeah, so.
Yes.
I say you need to watch it.
You need to watch it.
Yeah, so it's good. Doc Ock has been some great stories. One of Spider-Man's greatest villains. And number 5, I think we're all going to agree on this one. Sonny Kruger's beard was snubbed at the CBC Awards.
Totally correct.
Yes,
totally correct.
Right. If any of those 5 statements are right, that's the one.
That's the right one.
And all the way back to that first comment we got of the day. Richard said hashtag Justice for Sonny's beard. And that gets a star. That gets pinned.
Yep.
Okay, but now we will go back to we'll discuss some of those first ones. When it came to we want to crossover between the Suicide Squad and the Thunderbolts, everyone was at right. Nobody was really, nobody was against it. Like we were saying, they could be awesome. The crossover between the characters, everything, the interactions, the fights, it'd be a great thing. Get to it, Marvel and DC. It's a win-win situation. Number 2 was the one that you had come up with when you had said Teen Titans are greater than the X-Men, and this was the one that had people divided. You said right. I say wrong. Mr. Keith had said wrong. Booge had said right. And he was never really a big X-Men dude. And then number 3, we want a Teen Titans live action movie. We all said right.
Yes.
Everybody was in the right. Any actors you think you'd like to see, like specifically anybody who immediately comes to your mind, like so-and-so would be a good so-and-so?
Ooh. That's a tough one.
Yeah, right now, if it just off the top of my head, I'm like, it really would.
I want Sydney Sweeney as Starfire.
Oh, really?
In the outfit.
hey, we're for comic accuracy. I do like comic accuracy.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hey, before I was noticing some grays in my beard earlier, and I was like, you can shave it off. But you know what I thought of? I was thinking, if I get grays, then I'll end up looking like Deathstroke. So
there we go.
I just want to keep my eye, though. I want to keep both my eyes.
Keep both your eyes.
But who knows? If it gets gray, I may say, hey, I know what role I'm going for.
Yes, there we go.
I think the years of me passing as a teen have passed.
Just barely.
Just not too long ago.
Just barely. You could play 20s.
Yes, that one I can handle. Shave it. I could play 20s.
Yep.
Shave it, put on a Pokemon shirt, get like a blue or a bright color backpack.
Yeah, little baseball hat.
Yeah, I gotta get a baseball hat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get some light up shoes.
There we go. Find a little fuzzy animal to carry around. You know.
Yeah, maybe like a little gizmo from the Gremlins just carried around,
Yeah.
and I would treat it right.
Yes,
All right, okay, okay. But now, yeah. So we are all in agreement. The Teen Titans should have a live action movie, and that I should be in it. Okay,
Yeah.
so number 4 was that you need to watch Comic Character of the Week tomorrow. Doc Ock and we had said right. Boosh had said damn straight, and Mr.
Damn
Keith
straight.
said right 8 times. And then when it came to number 5, SK's beard was snubbed at the CBC Awards. We were all in agreement that was right.
Yeah.
Mr. Keith said right. Boosh said it was criminal, and I agree. Mr. Keith said lost by a hair. You may be right. That may literally be the truth. And Boosh said, yeah, razor thin margin. Yeah. But so there we go. All in good fun. And now we go to, not going to go back because I had open space in my notebook to write down the 5 statements. You know, my notebook is pretty full with all notes and episodes of the podcast.
Uh-oh.
And only a little bit left. It's gonna be weird to say when I close that book and open another
Have to
notebook.
go into the museum.
Yeah. So notes all the way from episode 1. And here we are in episode 165. And now, since we're going right around, we are ready to do the random panel of the week. Well, you could see it again. When Deadpool had called Sabretooth a Wolverine ripoff, and Sabretooth said, tell Slade I said hi. So now we go on to the F list.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun.
Today, joining the F list is Dishman. That is him.
Mundane adventures.
There he is.
Dishman.
Dishman. There he is just, and that's him in his own comic, standing there against the corner, almost pulling his pants down the way he's almost kind of modeling there.
There we go.
Yeah. Unfathomable new powers have Dishman's fragile romance all washed up. Get it? Washed up because he's Dishman.
I get it.
And there he is. The mundane adventures of Dishman. There he is, taking out the garbage.
Issue number 8. Uh-oh.
Yeah, issue number 8. And there he is. If you as you can see, only his cover was in color, but inside was black and white. And he discovered that his washing powers only worked for dishes.
Huh.
And then there he is reading a little mini comic. And then this one someone made of him for The Sims. So there you go. And that's you see they did a good job. They got the little teacup on his chest. So there he is. So that was not in a comic book. That was just found online.
It went 11 issues.
Yeah.
That's amazing. 1985 to 1990.
Yeah. So, all right. Would you like to take a guess as to the history of this character?
He was a poor young boy who was working back as a dishwasher, where all of a sudden he was hit by a radioactive fork and became Dishman.
Not too far off. And Bruce says, Dishman Cable is the team up we need.
Like it.
Hey, they're talking about all these big crossovers. There you go.
There you go.
Dishman and Cable. All right, so let me get into a little bit of the history of Dishman. Dishman is not Marvel, not DC. As you can see, it says Eclipse Comics. So Dishman, when created by John McLeod, Dishman, when school teacher Paul Mahler discovered that long-term exposure to his radioactive dishes was based, he was cleaning too much, and then he found out that it had given him the abilities to. Actually, he was washing dishes, realized it was radioactive, and so he got these abilities, and as you can see, in this image, right, he was testing them. What can he do? He has all these powers, but they suddenly only work for washing dishes. So, and there he is with the young lady we see, his joy, his romance. So, when he gets these powers, he decides that he's going to be a superhero and try to fight crime, but he's not the best. He doesn't deal with much. This is more kind of, it was a little series, and they weren't full of it wasn't 23 pages. They were like 8-page comics. And as you can see, they were in black and white. So he would do certain things, right? Like he would clean the dishes, he'd take out the garbage, and he would deal with things like, oh, how is he going to use the bathroom? Or where does he put his key? He dealt with issues like where does he put his keys because he has no pants in his outfit, so he's going to have to add pants. So sometimes that's the things he would have to deal with. And it was an ongoing series and ended at a cliffhanger. And then years later, it was brought back. John McLeod got to it, but then again, kind of left it on a cliffhanger. So Dishman is still technically ongoing. And Dishman #1, this came out in 1985. And then let's see. Mr. Keith says, so far, the biggest problem I see is the concerning lack of dishes he should have available at the ready.
It's true.
Yes, there were no true big moments that people talk about this character. Dishman is pretty hard to find, but as this image shows, if someone is looking to purchase Dishman, trying to find it, it was released. All the issues were released together in what was called The Mundane Adventures of Dishman. Yeah, and John McLeod had said, too, he didn't mean for Dishman to kind of be satirical or funny. He just kind of made him like, oh, what if superheroes dealt with more regular stuff? And then just gave him kind of a silly power of washing dishes. So there he is. Man. And Boosh says, yeah, taking out garbage is an adventure. Hey, well, apparently it is now because
it is where he lives.
Wow, he took out what a superhero. He took out the garbage. Like, he did the dishes. He sewed a pocket for himself. Yeah. He would try to find his keys. So remember, next time you take out the dishes, hey, I'm like that superhero dish man. He took out the garbage.
Took out the garbage.
Next time you're like me and you spend like 40 minutes you spend like 40 minutes washing dishes. Maybe next time I wash them, I'll be like, yeah, I'm like that superhero dish man. Except for his power is that he does it like super fast. So that's his power. He washes dishes fast. Mr. Keith says his girlfriend is named Saucer. And Bruce says, yeah, I didn't hear the mundane part. The mundane part was that the trade paperback was later on. It was released as The Mundane Adventures of Dishman. So just simply that. Yeah. And Boo says when it came to the couple, they liked to spoon.
Of course they do.
Nicely worded, man. Yeah. So.
Nicely done.
So Dishman, Paul Mahler, stayed in the F list. Do we think he ever has a chance of getting out?
No chance.
No chance. Dishman and his mundane adventures of washing dishes stay in the F list. So here we go.
Nice graphics. That was good.
To the top 5 finalists. I had accidentally hit that twice, so there you go. He gets added 2 times. That's how bad Dishman is. Hey, now the F list has somebody to wash all the dishes and keep things clean.
He should cross over with Bubble Boy.
Yeah, there you go. They could make a perfect team.
Yep.
There's enough nasty ones in the F list. As Uncle Gary would say, heavy flow, and you got dung. Those Savage Dragon characters are pretty nasty. So at least the F list is getting a bit cleaned up with Bubble Boy and now Dishman.
There we go.
Yeah. And
that's awesome.
Bruce says, yeah, let him serve coffee in F list hell. Mr. Keith says, all I see is potential. Hey, it's good to be optimistic, you know. Hey, because like I say, everybody, all these other superhero teams, they're out fighting constantly. Someone's got to be home to do the dishes, and Dishman is the man to do it, He can get it done, yeah. Bruce says mundane potential. But for now, Dishman is on the F list, and I believe he stays there, and I don't see him as getting out of the F list. But you know what is not an F list story? The story that we are going to review. This is a story that does not have F listers.
No.
It's time for us to review Marvel and DC present the Uncanny X-Men and the New Teen Titans.
Boom.
A whole list of people.
All right. Ready, Mike? Sound all good?
All right.
Okay, good.
Yep, we're good. Let's do it.
I had to take out the mic there for a moment. Didn't want you to hear buzzing throughout the whole thing. All right, we've got a whole list of credits for right now. When it comes to the DC side of things, Janet Kahn was the president and editor-in-chief. Paul Levitz was the executive vice president and publisher. Mike Carlin was the executive editor. Joe Orlando was the VP creative director. Bruce Bristow was the VP sales and marketing. Patrick Holden was the VP finance and operations. Terry Cunningham was the managing editor. Chantal Dionis was the VP business affairs, and Lillian Laserson was the VP general counsel. And Bob Wozakis was the executive director. Thank you. I would really like to hear who was doing some of the art and stuff. Marvel has it is Gerard Calabrese was the president, Stanley publisher. Jim Sokolowski was the VP associate publisher. Bob Harris was the editor-in-chief. Mark Grunwald was the executive editor. Romita Sr. was the executive art director. Virginia Romita was the production manager. Gene Durante was the VP manufacturing operations. Allison Gill was manufacturing director. And Robert Losey was the executive VP of legal affairs. And now.
Yeah, Chris Claremont did the writing, and Walter Simonson did the penciling. So lots of comic royalty there.
Yeah. I love. It's interesting that they didn't put their names the biggest on that. I literally took that page from the comic book.
Wow.
Itself. Yeah. So, all right. Mighty Mike, would you like to tell us a little bit? Would you like to go first?
Yeah,
that's great. Crossover between two teams that you and I love, X-Men and Teen Titans, the new Teen Titans.
Yeah, so unlike a lot of crossovers, it starts out with the X-Men and Teen Titans. They mention that they're in the same universe. So unlike where they cross time or cross multiverse kind of things, they establish early that they're in the same universe. And really do a good job of fighting the other's arch enemies, where the X-Men will fight the Deathstroke, the Terminator, and the X-Men will fight Darkseid and his minions. So starts off with them going across each other, fighting each other's enemies. They all get captured with Darkseid's intent to bring back Jean Grey, the Phoenix, and you can see that very evidently on the cover.
What a great splash! What a great page that was. Not splash, but the one page where you see them together, Darkseid and Dark Phoenix.
Yeah, and so you have that where he's looking to do that, so he can basically reformat Earth to become the new apocalypse. So that's pretty much the gist of the story without giving away all the intimate details of the action that goes on.
Yeah, and like you said, some of the action was pretty cool. I thought that, in the beginning, like you said, they let you know that they're in the same Earth, where they even mentioned, I think it was Cyborg, who said like, "Oh, the X-Men. I heard somehow we haven't tangled with them yet."
Yeah.
And then, like I said, Darkseid bringing in Dark Phoenix. There were a couple of those cool pages I liked where when they first come across each other, then when we see the X-Men and Teen Titans kind of get together and they shake hands and you see all the characters. I really liked that page. There was some great artwork in it. So cool just to see all these characters together. It's such a cool crossover, Look at these two teams, two great characters, both had, amazing villains, like I said, Darkseid and Dark Phoenix. And then that's Deathstroke, the Terminator, he had a big part in this as well. Yeah, capturing them, bringing them together, and, him and Wolverine going in. I really liked seeing that. I think it might have been one of my favorite parts, is seeing Wolverine and Deathstroke go at it with each other, and in the beginning, Wolverine knocked him. I was like, wow, Wolverine. I wasn't expecting, as much as I love Wolverine, it felt like he was getting the better Deathstroke pretty early, like pretty easy, and then later Deathstroke comes back, and later like, okay, let's go again. So I like that stuff. It's interesting.
Yeah, I like the
story.
Yeah, I like how they bring Kitty Pryde and Changeling together because they're both younger on the younger side, and kind of have them going, just kind of shooting up in the Mobius chair and stuff like that. I think also the use of Raven with her powers and how she senses all the turmoil and death and destruction in Wolverine, that she's like kind of like steps back from him, in fear, and he kind of senses that too. So a lot of really, really cool moments where two of the characters kind of interact and stuff, very nuanced.
Yeah, even to part like Cyclops and Robin kind of teaming together, like both of them are similar. Like, so, yeah, there's a good point you made. Wolverine and Raven, I thought it was very interesting. I'd like to see even a little more of that. Maybe with all these crossovers, one day we'll see Wolverine and Raven come across each other again. Raven had a big part in that. I liked it. She did. She had a very big part in
this. Yeah.
And the interesting fights. On one page, let me try to find it really quickly, that I thought was really great, where there's a random character when they're all teaming up, they're going against like Darkseid, they're underground, and here it is. They all break in underground. And this guy right here, he just randomly is there looking at us. So there we are. There's X-Men on the top. You see them get in there, and this guy just looks right at us. He's even off the panel a bit.
Yeah, he's like, Darkseid, we got people coming to see us.
I like that. I just thought it was very cool of him just being there randomly, like staring at us off panel. And again, like I said, another one that I really liked was this one. I said the one where we see Dark Phoenix and Darkseid together.
Yeah, there's a panel at the end. I won't spoil it, but it's with Dark Phoenix and Darkseid at the end of it. That you probably know the panel I'm talking about at the end when the final showdown happens and you see what happens between the two, and it's like, oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, like who thought we'd ever see that happen? And even too interesting with the Phoenix and Cyclops, seeing him like that. Yeah, so I thought that was really interesting as well. A lot of great stuff. I think this is a great comic book.
I think so too.
A great team up. First of all, just so cool seeing the characters together, and then on top of it, a great entertaining story. With, taking on some of the best villains, Marvel and DC.
Yeah.
For me, Sonny Kruger on the Codex Podcast with the Codex Station. I really like the story. I think this is a great, fun story. I recommend reading it. I don't think there are too many moments that you need to all just set up the character for years down the road, but it's just great comic book fun. One of the coolest crossovers. So I give the story of Marvel and DC presents the Uncanny X-Men and the New Teen Titans a 9.5. I don't have much negative things to say. I just don't think it's perfect, but I don't give it a 10. However, I think it's a great, awesome comic book.
Yeah.
Fun from beginning to end.
Yeah, I think I will go with you. I'll do a 9.5 as well. It's not the perfect book, but it is very, very close, and you've got a lot of cool action. You've got great art, great story, great characters who are all really timeless characters. These two groups are, and at the time when this came out, they were at the height of their powers, both X-Men and Teen Titans. So to have them do a crossover like this was really amazing and one of my favorite books. So 9.5.
So there we go. Mighty Mike and myself each give crossover between New Teen Titans and the Uncanny X-Men a 9.5. Highly recommend it. Check it out. I hope some of these new crossovers can kind of live up to the ones, of the past, like this one, Spider-Man and Superman. There've been some amazing crossovers in the past. So I hope
what would be
more like it.
What would be really cool since we have the new Nightwing Laura Kenny, if he references teaming up with Logan at some point in the past.
Yeah, it would be cool. Yeah,
if they just do, hey, I met your father, and back then that would be really cool.
They should do that. I wonder too because this is a different, a different Earth. It was Earth like 7,000 something. Like if you look it up, it's not 616, something different. But it was. I wonder if any of the new crossovers will also be a part of this Earth, like you said, for them to reference it,
right?
Or will it be in the main continuity? See what happens with those, but I'm interested. I'm interested to see that more of those. I'm interested to do a lot more. Maybe we will do some more reviews of some great crossovers as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, next week, me and Dan Kelly, we are going to be reviewing Sex and Violence. Yeah, so we'll check that one out. Yeah. So
nice.
We'll be reviewing that. There's a 4-issue miniseries. And then in a couple of weeks, Mike, you will be back, and so will Gary. So, from everyone, thank you again for joining us. Always a great time doing this, hosting this show that I love to host every week. We'll be back with more good stuff. And everyone, remember, if there's stories you want to see us read and review, just put it in the comments. Let us know whether you want us to review it on the podcast. If you say, hey, I'd like a specific so-and-so to review, or if you say, hey, you know what, Sonny, I'm sick of you. I just want to see somebody else review it. Let it be known.
How can anybody be sick of you, Sonny?
I don't know how. There's a few people that got some issues. But yeah, if there's somebody, if you're like, hey, you know what, I just want to see Dan review it alone, let it be known. So put it out there. And then too, when it comes to F-listers, anything you want, just let it be known. We love to hear from everybody.
Yeah, any Legion of superheroes that belong on the F list, just let us know.
Yes.
Because there's probably plenty of them.
Agree. Completely agree. Which reminds me, I think we'll have to review some more Legion stories before 2025 comes to an end. Yeah.
Hey, there's a Teen Titans Legion crossover.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Let me know about that one. I will look into checking that one out as well. Oh my God, I got one of the ones next to me. I have trying to remember the name. They fight Darkseid because he's on the cover. But yeah, I have a trade paperback of the Legion story, and one of these days we got to review it.
Definitely sounds like a plan.
All right, so a lot of good stuff coming up from the Code X Station, and remember tomorrow, everybody, comic character of the week, Doc Ock.
That'd be awesome.
And then of course on Saturdays, Comics Unleashed. And then, of course, next Wednesday, more episodes of the Code X podcast. Once again, thank you, everybody. Also, I don't expect you to be as fast as him, but you may have some dishes to wash. So be like the F-lister and wash your dishes. Stay clean. Remember to go on crazy, mundane adventures like taking out the garbage.
Sweet.
All right. I'm Sonny Kruger. I was joined by Mighty Mike Harbor.
Thanks, everybody.
Take care, everyone.
God bless. See you.